Hey Starseeds, welcome to the channel that brings you spiritual, multidimensional content, which means that the readings are from a very expanded perspective, and also that the readings are not for a specific time but should resonate with you whenever you come across them. So, this is for Anunnaki Starseeds. Let's get right into it. I hope you don't mind the dog barking, if you can hear it. So you've got this Queen of Earth. It's reminding me of Queen of the South. Like, so when I started watching this series, I remember thinking, you know how she keeps imagining her higher self, basically from like the first season, like with the dressed in white, and so I didn't watch a lot of it. Like I didn't go past season one, but my brother went on to like watch the whole thing, like all of the seasons. And I remember asking him like, at which point does she become like her higher self? Like at which point does she become that dope bitch in the white suit? And my brother was like, yo, I'm on like season three or some shit. That shit hasn't happened. And I was like, what? So basically, Anunnaki Starseeds, you've reached that level. You are Queen of the South, white suit version. Not like the version where she's still working up to it, which there's nothing wrong with. Like, it's just that you are at that stage. Anunnaki Starseeds have embodied their higher aspects and are completely comfortable with it. That's what I'm getting from this reading. You are um acclimating yourself with the magic around you. You're remembering what it's like to have all this magic around you and to have the abilities that you have and how it feels to, I'm getting, to bring them through into this world. Like what it feels like to show all these people, like, this is what I can do and I'm really dope at it. And like being part of the people that influence other people and influence states of consciousness in the world. Like you're embodying all of that. You've got the Hanged Man here, and there's this understanding about flow that you have that encourages this aspect of you. And it's just talking about that, how Anunnaki starseeds are one of the starseeds that perfected the flow state, and how it has a lot with collaborating with an even higher aspect of yourself. It's like, okay, you get to your higher self, right, level, and it's like, what are you gonna do? At that point, you realize there's an even higher aspect of yourself, and but it's not the same as when you were, in a lower aspect looking at your higher aspects. Now it's different. It's more like your higher aspects than that are like all around you, and you feed into them, you feed into their energy, and it changes everything in your world. It's like fertilization. Like it fertilizes and enriches your life so much. I don't know if I'm making sense, but okay, I'm gonna try bring it down to like a human. Basically, you are embodying very much higher aspects of yourself, right? And you're past the beginning stage which is the shock phase, and like, oh shit, I can do this. This is what I can do. And you're now in the stage where you're kind of like enjoying who you are. You're enjoying how people perceive you. You're enjoying how you connect with the world. You're enjoying what happens when I press this button. What does the world do? And what happens when I press this button? How does the world show up? What happens when I press this button? How does my reality show up as I do these things, right? Um, there's a lot here also about remembering, I guess. It's like you're connecting to the obviously the version of yourself, um like in an Anunnaki day-to-day life type of thing, which is why you're resonating obviously with the Anunnaki Starseeds. But like you are really resonating with that version of yourself, and it's tapping you in, like I said before, it's tapping you into very expansive energy. Anunnaki Starseeds, I'm also getting like yeah, yo, I'm getting riches. I'm getting riches. And that could be anything. Riches is basically like symbolism for anything that's important to you. It could be money, it could be being perceived in a certain way, it could be power, it could be, love, whatever it is that you think is nice, right, is called riches. And there's something here about like an overflow of riches due to your ability to attract and use certain tools to bring about a certain life. So I'm getting that, like, for instance, you're tapping into like these life hacks like Think and Grow Rich. Like, if you've ever read Think and Grow Rich, you'll know that at no point does it actually tell you what to do with money. Like, it doesn't talk about how save like, this much and do this, or invest in property, or what. It's not that. It's actually it Think and Grow Rich is a light code activator. It's a light code activation. It talks about all these stories, but as the person who is listening or reading, maybe you have an audiobook, who's listening or reading, it's just it's these stories, but you feel it. You feel it as you read it. You feel how it's activating like certain parts of you. You may not be able to see exactly like which parts, but I'm just finding that you're suddenly in the midst of a lot of these hacks that you found within this dimension, and that are available to you also because you have freed this part of yourself. And so it's connecting you to these life hacks that have to do with financial gain. I'm getting that Anunnaki Starseeds financial gain is a huge um thing in your life. And it's not just about, oh, I want all this money, but I'm just getting that it's actually a purpose, like a life purpose for a lot of you to um show people the conscious way out of poverty and out of lack mentality and all of that. Yeah, I'm getting a very Saturn vibe from you reading. Like, you had to go through a whole lot of barriers and a whole lot of like certain restrictions in your life. You may have come from a point where you were very like financially like um low, broke as fuck, like type of thing. But you've uncovered this path where, like, I'm just getting also that was never going to be your life forever. You just had to go through this because you were always coming here. That's what I'm getting, Anunnaki Starseeds. Like, your wealth and all of that, you're not going to reach that stage just because, it's luxury and you're going to be rich and whatever. That too, but you're reaching those like high financial stages because you are showing people and grounding the energy of taking care of yourself and expanding the ideas of money, right? Like I said, you're showing people how to take themselves out of a place of poverty, out of a place of lack, out of a place of not being able to take care of themselves, out of a place of not having security for themselves. Like, you're taking people out of a state where they have to depend on either people around them, because sometimes you find that those people don't have their best interest at heart, but also not having to depend on like government officials or people of power, because they may not have your best interest at heart, but shifting that power to yourself so that you can take care of yourself and everybody you care about and love. Okay, so Anunnaki Starseed, firstly, I'm hearing you're transmuting a lot of pain. I'm getting that. Okay. I'm getting that you are going to find that you're going to spend a lot of money on just making yourself feel better. And I just want you to know it's because, so what happens is, I'm getting that when you first start getting this like inflow, right, of money, it's going to trigger this Three of Swords feeling. I'm so sorry. This might already be happening to you. It's okay, relax. An inflow of money is triggering this part of you of like, it's triggering things that you went through before you reached the state, before you could take care of yourself. So I'm just getting that maybe you had to depend on people that didn't have your best interest at heart, and it wasn't easy. Some of you had to beg, I'm hearing, and all of that stuff, right? And the inflow of money, like the first inflow of money that you get, like really big money, I'm not talking about like little change, but I feel like it's gonna be like the first time you realize that, oh shit, like I'm actually okay. It is gonna come with the Three of Swords feeling for about 2 days or so. It's like this post-traumatic, like you know, post-traumatic response, um triggered by the fact that you're now okay, and you're just going to remember that there was a time when you were not okay. Some of you might be going through this right now, and let it move past you. It's going to remind you of your transformation, and not only that, I don't know why, but I feel like it's necessary. Sorry about that interruption. So, yeah, basically, it's like allow this to happen, because right after that, it's like you have this realization. I'm getting that up until this trigger point, this sad moment, you don't realize how well you're doing. It's like you still think you're kind of like, crawling into being okay. But up until this moment, you don't realize that you're actually flourishing. You're good. You are in flow. And that's why your money is also in flow. But another thing I want to tell you is how much at this point, when you have this realization, I don't know why, but this is gonna amplify your flow of money. It's like it's gonna triple it. I just saw 1313. It's gonna triple it. It's gonna quadruple it. But something is just, it's gonna magnify your inflow of money, right? Whatever it is that you do. Let's get an oracle card from angels and ancestors. Yeah, Anunnaki Starseed. I'm getting you fought tooth and nail for the life that you're living right now, or that you just started living, or that you're about to live, and there's just a certain level of respect that you have for yourself, or that's going to be activated in yourself, and it's unyielding. And it's because this isn't a story. Like you got yourself like out of this like deep dark hole. I'm getting either it's a deep dark hole of poverty or of depression, and you got yourself out of that into a version of yourself that you can respect and love, and that is exactly what you're gonna do. So like, you see this, like literally this is what I'm getting from this. It's like everyone else is gonna respect you, and that's because you respect yourself, like pure and simple. I'm getting that Anunnaki Starseed, you're really getting past like honestly, like, yeah, ancestral patterns. You're really getting past like really limited ideas of yourself and limited versions of the world. Not getting past, you're past that. And you've tapped into this energy, like you could call it the future, but you've tapped into this energy or this stream of frequency or vibration where it's about growth, it's about expansion, it's about thriving. It's about thriving because there's trust. Who is the trust in? The trust is in yourself, because like I said, you got yourself out of that shitty situation. And when I say you, I obviously mean within co-creation with every high aspect of yourself. There was no other way that you were going to do it. And you're very sensitive to people. When I say sensitive, I mean you're able to feel, understand, perceive the human condition, and you're also able to separate yourself from the human condition. And that shit is like Red Bull, it gives you wings. And that higher perspective is giving you the financial stability that you've been wanting. So that's what I have for you, Anunnaki Starseeds. Hope you enjoyed the session. Later.